All right, I'm back for another one here. I have this Craftsman snowblower here today. It's that time of year, unfortunately. It's time to get going on some of the snow stuff. This one is technically it's a Murray. I was doing a little bit of research on it the other day, and I was, because most of them are MTD, but this one's actually a Murray and not an MTD. Anyway, picked this one up very recently, paid 30 bucks for it. It is not in good shape by any means. I'll give you a little walk around it here. All the panels are, a little bit rusty. It's very rusty. It's got the tire chains, which is nice, but the chute's all gummed up. Here on the other side. Chute's, let me. The chute is very broken. Same with the top. And then the chute is the auger is a little bit rusty down here. So definitely, if I ever wanted to get this to be a working snowblower again, I'd probably take it apart and paint it. This one might be I would use for myself. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. It's just the fun of it we're trying to go for here, right? If we can get it running, that's a bonus. So the only things I did do to it so far is I popped the gas cap and the oil cap off. The gas cap, there's like nothing in there. I don't know if you could see in there good, but I mean, you can't see in there. Here, let me turn that on. There you go. There's not much in there. That might be water in there. It's a little dirty. So that's going to have to get cleaned out at some point. And then if I take off the oil dipstick, the oil it's not oil. Like, you see that? When I took it off, it's like sludged all over the place. It's like this sludge muck. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's not good. And then the other thing about it is I pulled it over. One, it doesn't feel like it has too good compression. And two, it doesn't sound very good. Here, listen. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's making a little bit of a clunk. So I might, we'll see where that goes. If I can get the engine to at least pop over, maybe I'll have to take off the, take it apart. I hope not, but maybe. It doesn't feel like it has too much compression. It doesn't feel like it has very much at all. It's got a little bit, not much. I'll have to put the gauge on and look. And then the spark plug is a weed whacker spark plug. I don't know who put that in there, but it's like a BPM 7A. I don't know. I think it's a weed whacker spark plug. It shouldn't be in there. It should be, I think they take J19 lawnmower plugs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to try for spark. I mean, of course, that's the first step that we have to go to. You can't really. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the engine to run first, okay? And then once I can at least hear it run for a little bit, then maybe we'll try to get the fuel system going. And then we'll see if the engine makes noise, I don't want to keep this oil in there for very long, though, because that's nasty. There might not be too much oil in it, actually. Maybe I should drain it out right away, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know yet. Oh, the dipstick is not screwed in all the way either. Here, look at this. I don't know if you could see that, but the dipstick's not screwed in all the way. It's kind of out a little bit. I don't know why. It's not screwing in very good either. It's kind of stiff. If there's spark on it, then I might just, to be honest with you, just put some fresh oil in it. I don't know yet, but I'm going to try for spark and compression first, then we'll go from there. I bet you the plug's going to look pretty, huh? This plug's just, that's the plug that's supposed to be in there, I'm thinking. That's just my test one. I keep that one around. Oh, looks like the valve's not shutting right. It looks like the valve's not shutting right. I can see right in there. Oh yeah, I feel nothing. It does not I bet you this is going to have zero compression. Like zero. I don't feel anything. My guess is there's a valve that's stuck open. But it has spark. Of course it has spark. Here, see if you can watch it there. Oh, here, let me turn this over so you can see it. There you go. You see that? It's got spark. I bet you it's going to have zero compression. Because I can't feel a thing. I don't think it's going to start like that. I mean, I'll put the compression gauge on it, but I bet you it's barely going to move. All right, here we go. Nah. Doesn't even move the dial. No. All right, I guess the head's coming off, huh? Nothing really else I can do other than take the head off and look at it. Try to look at it. We'll see, what the deal is. I bet you the head bolts are going to be stuck. So I better do this. Hope to maybe give it a little bit of help. I had an experience beforehand on a Tecumseh 5 horsepower like this. The same deal. The difference is on that one, the head bolts, one of them broke and I couldn't get it out, so I had to throw the engine away. I don't want that to happen here. So I'm going to try to be honest with you, I'm going to try to heat the bolts up maybe before I even try to loosen them. Okay, so now what has to happen is I have to get to the head first, which seems impossible on these because there's so much stuff on it. So that gas tank bracket needs to come off. Actually, you know what? No. All these will come off when I take the head bolts off. Technically, the gas tank's got to come off. And then this shroud's got to come off too. The muffler needs to come off also. This, and that are coming off. I think I'll wait to take the gas tank off until I get the head bolts loose. The muffler I'll go at right away. I'll take this off, and I'll worry about the muffler now. So I'm going to get started on that. There we go. Oh, that linkage is pretty messed up. Choke is messed up too. I don't think it's on there right. Oh yeah, it's not screwed in good. All right. The muffler has to come off. All right. Easy enough. I'm going to heat the heads of the bolts up on the muffler a little bit because, they're exhaust bolts on a rusty machine. So I'm going to make sure I take some caution there. Come on. There we go. Try that. See if I can do it by hand. Oh, that's going to be tough. Try this. It moved a little bit. More heat. Victory! Holy! Ah, hot. My goodness. Rusty bolt. All right, heat the other one up. Oh, something's on fire. Huh. Oh, something started on fire. All right, it's smoking up. Try that. It either broke or it came off. I don't know. Oh, it broke. Yeah, it broke. Let me see if I can take this off. There we go. All right. So that one broke, but the good thing is it's stuck in the engine. I'm gonna worry about that later because it's in the head. I can just take it off with the head, and I can always double nut it somewhere else and weld it. You know, do that later. Go for the head bolts now. All right. Good. Got one. I wonder if the other ones will be that easy. No, need heat. That's not moving. Victory. You know what? I realize it's going to take me forever to work at these head bolts, so I'm going to come back when I get them all out. Okay, a few things. One, I moved inside because it's decided to get dark out. And second, I'm at the point where the head's just about ready to fall off. I took the front shroud off here. It's lying over there. You know, this is the bolt that broke here on the muffler. I'm not too worried about it though, because worst case scenario, I can still hold on with one. Worst case, but I'm going to try to clean this up a little bit, heat it up, and maybe double nut it and try to get it off that way with some really high grade bolts. But I never took the head off yet. It's just wiggling. So I'm going to take it off and see what the deal is. We need a new gasket, of course. Actually, the gasket is fairly good shape. I'm not going to reuse it, of course, but I'll keep it. Oh, that'll be my test. Oh boy, yeah. The valves are really screwed up. Holy smokes. Wow, this is the worst I've ever seen it in my life. Holy smokes. This is unbelievable. Wow, I gotta show you this. Holy smokes. You see that? That's shut. Now here, I'll turn it a little bit. There, that's the intake valve open. And that's shut. I could practically stick my finger through there. Here, let me see. That's closed. Think we're gonna need some new valves. I've never put new valves in a flathead engine before. I don't have the tool. Briggs & Stratton makes the tool where you could stick it in here. Oh, you can't see, hold on. Briggs & Stratton makes the tool where you take that cover off here, and you could stick a tool in there and squeeze the thing to get the valve out. Getting them out's not going to be a problem. Getting them back in will be. Let me see, what's holding the carburetor on at this point? Let me see if I can zoom you out here. It looks like the carburetor is just being held on at this point by the fuel line and the linkage here, which is also really bent and, bent up the wrong way. So the fuel line has to come off, and then I'm just going to try to take the carburetor off and get to the access for the valves here. And maybe I'll go online and see if I can price out some new valves. The cylinder wall is not fantastic either. I feel a little bit of scoring in there. Somebody was in here before. That's not the kind of hose clamp that they put on those from the factory, I don't think. This is not coming off, is it? I'm just going to have to cut it. There we go. And this comes off. There, I take that off. Oh, there's no drain in this one. Normally they have a little thing here you press for the drain. This one doesn't have it. So in order to take the valves out, again, never done it before, but that is going to have to come out, and I think there's just a little keepers in there that you pry out with a screwdriver, and everything comes out. So I'll dig into it. Now, where did I put my impact? Oh, there it is. It's on my chair. Oh, wrong size. Get this out of the way. Take this. I'm going to need a new gasket for that, I think. Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to put that aside here. Put the screws over somewhere else. Take the little... Oh, I guess this comes out too, huh? I'm thinking that this is just a shield and that comes out too. I'm going to grab a screwdriver and see if I can pry it out. There it goes. This is going to be crunchy in here, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh, this engine has not been taken care of, has it? You could see in there, there's the springs in there. And then it looks like down at the bottom there is the little, I don't know if they call them keepers or what they call them, but down there, if you go with a screwdriver, I think you can just pry those out. I'll show you, I'll pry them out, and then I'll show you how they work when I do. There, oh, nope. Where's the little... I can't see where it is. There we go. That's how you do it. That's very bent. Holy. I'm not sure if you can see that from here. That's very bent. Here, I'll show you how these work. It's very similar to an overhead valve. Okay, so here's the valve, and there's a little mark on the end of there. And on the thing, there's a little hole that's bigger than the thing. So when the valve goes in, it goes in here and slides in there, and then it pulls on that. And, well, actually, the spring is in there first, and then this goes in there, and the spring rests like that, and then the top of that just rests on the engine block. So then when the cam comes around, it pulls the valve up, compresses the spring, and pushes it back down. That's how a flathead engine works. And then the little lifters or push rods or tappets, whatever you call them, that's inside of here. That goes down into the crankcase. That's you know, the camshaft pushes those up. So basically, to get them out, all I did was I took my screwdriver in there and I pushed this up like that. And then I pushed this, you know, towards me like that. And it fell out. Now, the other one is going to be harder because the little offset hole that's bigger for me to get the valve out is towards me. So I have to spin the whole thing, which I think I can do. If I try to... There. Oh, no, that didn't work as I had hoped. No. Let me... Oh, I just got it out. There we go. Out comes the other valve here. Holy, I mean, that one's bent bad too. Wow. No wonder it doesn't run. I mean, here, I'll raise this up a little bit so you just can see. There, that's how much it's gapped. That's the other side there. Look at that. That's terrible. That's the worst I've seen it in my life. It's good that it's not the you know, anything more tragic. Now, I think what I'm going to do anyway, even though it hasn't run yet, is I'm going to pull the engine and take the... to be honest with you, I was thinking about taking the piston out and honing it because the cylinder wall is trash. Like, very trash. Like, very trash. I'm not sure how this will run if I keep it like this. It might. But there's a big score, like here. And so much so that I can feel it. And there's actually a bunch of rust sitting down in the cylinder too. Here, I'll bring it up there for you. You see that? All that gunk that's in that cylinder. Here's what I'll do. I'll spray it down and I'll get rid of all that gunk first. Then maybe I'll put my hand over it and see if I can feel any compression over that. That's better. Now let me get the... You know what I have to do first? I have to get the thing out of here. The spring needs to come out of here. There we go. I wonder if there's any noticeable piston slop from here. Let me take the... Actually, that slop I was hearing when I cranked over the engine is now gone. The rod is fine. Wow, that's a little stroke. That's all the way down right there. You can still see the piston. It's a little stroke. So I think, to be honest with you, I think the connecting rod is absolutely fine. Yeah, but there's a score right here. I don't really want to keep that there, to be honest with you. But in order to get rid of it, actually, it's probably going to stay there, is my guess. I don't think that's going to go away. Oh, it'll run. Yeah. It'll run. Might not run great, but it'll run. I know that. I can feel some compression in there now. It may not be fantastic, but it's a start. That's not a lot, but again, oh, look at my hand. Oh, there goes something fell. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do about this scoring. Do I want to... Well, first of all, the valves need to be... I need new ones. New valves. That's the first order of business. Oh, I found another problem. The exhaust valve is not opening. That's not good. The intake valve working good. The exhaust valve is not. Yeah, the intake valve is fine. The exhaust valve is not moving. I feel a little bit of feedback from it. It's just not moving. I wonder if I can pull that push rod out of there. No, it won't let me pull it out. But yeah, that's not good. I hope there's not some sort of internal engine failure. I mean, if the camshaft is bad, that's one thing. So now I'm thinking the engine has to come off. You see it's not moving? It's moving a little bit. I certainly expect it to move more than that. So now what has to happen is the whole engine... I'm going to have to dismount the engine from the snowblower and pull off the sump cover and look at the camshaft. I'm not sure exactly what that entitles, but we'll see. Okay, here I am. The first thing I'm going to do is drain the oil out of it. I'll use this conveniently located oil drain port here. And I'll drain it here. I'll move it out here. Whatever oil is in it, because I popped a dipstick out and it didn't really look like oil, kind of looked like water. So, whatever comes out of it. I'm not sure what happened to my other 5/8 wrench. I had 2. Now I'm down to 1. I'm not sure what happened. Gotta love Dunkin' Donuts, right? A lot of people like Dunkin' Donuts, especially from where I'm from. Oy. Ew. Oh, it's chunky. Oh my God, that's gross. Oh my God. Wow, that is... Oh my God. I mean, that is the worst I've ever seen it. I know I said that with the valves, but this is the same deal. Now I know why the snowblower was $30. I don't think this oil's been changed ever. Since probably about, if it has been changed, maybe it changed in 1995 or so. Well, I'm glad I didn't run the engine on this. Man, they really did not change the oil on this one. My God, this is terrible. This is what it looks like when you wait to change your oil after 25 or 30,000 miles on your car. This is what comes out. Well, that's probably why the valve's bent then, because the oil can't get to the top end. Valve probably got hot. The cup's almost full. The Dunkin' Donuts cup's almost full. Oh, is it almost done yet? I think it's done. Oh, wait. Okay, that's good enough. I'll clean it out with carburetor cleaner. Okay, there's the engine. Yo, look at this. Oh, that is disgusting. It's like snot. I have never seen it that bad before. I'm surprised the engine hasn't blown up yet. What is this? Let's put that somewhere else. Here, I'll put this on it. Okay, I'm going to take off the pulleys now so I can get the sump cover off. I got to find my impact though. Oh, there it is. It's on my chair. That's going to be 9/16. Yep. Need a better impact. Try a better charged battery. Try that. Nope. Bring out the big guns. That did it. Oh, I guess this is one pulley. I know the 8.5 I have on the other engine. I have another Tecumseh engine with the 8.5 has. They do what they do is they put two separate little half pulleys on there to make a full pulley. Oh. I better remember how that goes back together. And then this one's probably going to be... Actually, there's another one there. This one's probably going to be an Allen wrench. Yep. I might have to use a real wrench instead of this tool here. I love my T-bits though. Yeah, I better go get a real wrench. This doesn't feel good. I think this is a 4. It might be a 5. Yeah, it's too big. This might be the 4. Yeah, there we go. I wonder if I can do this somehow. I don't know. I don't know how they do it with the wrenches. If they put the... Oh, I could do it like that. There we go. See, the way this one works is instead of a bolt holding it on, you just slide the shaft on with the key, and there's set screws that hold it on and prevent it from coming off. Whereas the other one was just held in by a bolt in the center. And we'll go for the other one. Sometimes there's 2. Is there only 1? I think there's only 1. I bet you I'm going to need like a puller to get this off or something. I bet you this is not just going to come off. I'm going to have to heat the heck out of it. Either use a puller or use an air hammer. I'm going to try the air hammer method because I don't think... loosen this again. I don't think a puller will do it because the only places I could put a puller are either inside the grooves here where the V is, the slope for the V belt, or at the bottom. The bottom, I don't have enough clearance, and in here, I think it will slip. So what I'm going to try to do is stick a screwdriver down there. Maybe I'll spray some of the spray down there, and I'll stick an air hammer in the center and pull up on it. Sometimes that works. Here's what I'm going to do. I have an air hammer, and I'm going to set this in the center there, right on that thing here. Maybe I'll just try to pull it up with my hands first. If I can't pull it up with my hands, then we will, you know, go from there. But we'll try this, see if it works. I don't know if it will. There it goes. First try. Now I got to get the key out of there, because it's just a Woodruff key. It's not one of the keys that you slide in here. That's how you say it, Woodruff key? Woodruff. One of those keys. And usually, if you're lucky, you can just bang it out with a screwdriver. I hope I don't have to use the air hammer for that. Or I guess a hammer and a screwdriver is the term I should use. I'll try to move this so you can see it a little bit more. There, can you see the keys right there now? My goal is to take this and just be able to whack it out. There we go. Hey! Oh, now it's on the floor. I'm going to have to go find it. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I banged it up a little bit. I have to put that in a place that I'll remember where it is. Now, I should be able to just take off all those bolts, and then the sump cover should lift its way up off. Are you thinking 3/8? Yep. Looks like all these bolts are the same length here. All right. Now, how hard will it be to get this off? Sometimes it's impossible, and sometimes it's doable. There it goes. Can you still see okay? Yeah, okay. All right, here we go. What's that camshaft going to look like? I'm not sure if I want to find out. Let me bring you in a little closer. It's stuck. Give it another whack with a hammer. There it goes. Oh. Oh my God. Wow. Look at this. Here, hold on. I'm going to get this out of here. Look at this. Now that is what I call a camshaft. Yeah. You don't need no exhaust, right? Just tick along the intake, right? Intake. Intake again. Intake again. Intake again. Intake again. Man, that must have been violent. Glad the rod didn't blow. That was a clean break. Probably because he didn't change the oil in God knows how long. Oh boy. Look at this sitting down there too. That's where this went. I'm not exactly sure if I can run anything else in here yet. I'm not sure if it's safe to. Yeah, not sure what I want to do about this one. Well, because of that, I don't think it is any longer possible to save this engine. unless I like JB weld that piece back on, but I hate to do that because if it fails, now we have just a piece of metal sitting in an engine spinning at 3,000 RPMs, you know, and it could break that oil dipper and do the same thing again, I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? So I don't think it's worth it to try to save it, because this was almost certainly probably casted, and I don't think I can put that back on without without casting a new engine. It looks like that's where it would have went. Maybe there. I think that's where it would have went, right there. But it's not going to stay there. If it was like that, I would totally just drop that back in and try again. What probably happened here is this snot like oil ran in here for so long. He probably never changed the oil, and then it probably, things probably didn't get lubricated, and the camshaft just decided to snap. And then when the camshaft snapped, or maybe what happened first was there was no lubrication up in the upper end of the engine, the top end where the valves go. The valves bent, and the exhaust valve opened a little bit, but not all the way. So then probably the camshaft broke from the impact. That's my guess is the order of events that happened. But I definitely think I'm going to deem this one a total loss. The only possible way that I'd be able to fix it is get a new camshaft and new valves. The valves are obsolete, so they're going to be expensive. It's probably $35-40 for the two of them, plus a new camshaft, which is probably another $40. And even if I get all that, I need new gaskets to put all this together, and plus, that's still broken down there. There's no guarantee that the camshaft's going to stay in there either. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to deem this one a total loss. As far as the snowblower itself, I could always try to find a new engine for it. There's a junkyard not too far away from me that has some small engine stuff I could run up there, but I just don't know if it's worth the snowblower, because the snowblower is not in good shape either. It's rusty, not in the best shape. I have an 8.5 horsepower Tecumseh engine lying around that works, but the problem with that is I would need a pulley. Here, I'll show you. This is what I have lying around. It's an 8.5 horsepower Tecumseh. I had this for the longest time because I pulled it off a snowblower knocking. Oh, it needed new rings, and I put the rings in it and it started knocking. But then I was able to go back into it and figure out that the problem was with the little oil dipper on the bottom was not sitting right, and now it's fine. So I have this laying around, and the mounting holes seem to line up, and it's a dual shaft, so I could put the drive belt on there. But the only thing I don't have is a pulley for the main auger. And I only use one belt on here instead of two, like the bigger snowblowers would. So I'm not sure if I want to even do this. I think the 8.5 horsepower engine I'll keep, of course, for something else maybe, but I don't think it's going to be for this, because I would need a new pulley, and I don't have one, because this is, I think it's a 1-inch shaft versus the 3/4 for the 5 horsepower. The drive disc, I pulled the belly off. I don't think I told you, but I pulled the belly off. First of all, a mouse nest came out. Not great, but also the drive disc, like the little rubber thing, it was asymmetrical. It wasn't symmetrical, so it had a little bit of a wobble to it. Now, it could still be used. What would happen, though, is when you're holding the lever down, it would increase and decrease in tension within, 10 times a second. So it would not be a fun experience to hold that. And I'm sure eventually it would wear out. So I think this one's definitely a total loss. Both the snowblower and the engine. What I would like to do is I would like to find another snowblower. Maybe I can save another one for cheaper or something. We'll see. We'll figure that out in the future. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.